Hello, hi YouTube. Let me know that you're live and that you can see me and hear me, and we're going to get started. So I actually made a post earlier today in my private Facebook community, and there was a lot of interest on how do I implement this concept that I shared of letting go of um, time management and focusing instead on management, on self mastery. And so I'm here to hang out with you guys today and share with you some of my own personal real life examples of doing this. Hi, Janan. Hi, Alice. Welcome in, ladies. Um, Janan, if you could do me a huge favor, or Leela, one of you, thank you for joining in. If you could share this in my private Facebook group that I'm live now with a link, I would really appreciate it. I think Leela and Janan, you're two probably the only people that can do this because you need to be a moderator in that group to be able to share. Thank you so much. Welcome in. Today we're going to dive in deeper into the post that I made in my Facebook community earlier today. And we're talking about how time management is this thing that, especially around this time and back to school time, it's such a big focus for a lot of women. We're so concerned with being able to manage and control and manipulate times so that we can finally get everything done. But what I've really found, it really, especially in the last couple of years, and I know that even on my own YouTube channel in the past 9 years, every year I've shared my tips and tricks and tools for time management. But what it really comes down to at the end of the day is how you're managing yourself. Because at the end of the day, time is time, and it's all an illusion anyways. Think about it. We all have been in meetings or in places where 5 minutes seemed like an eternity, like we could not get through 5 minutes. We've also been in situations where um, you thought 5 minutes had passed and then 2 hours had passed. So, what I've learned from that experience is that time is just an illusion. It is completely in our control. In fact, I have invocations and commands that I tell myself regarding time, and I've shared with you guys in some of my closed groups and videos of how I have this weird experience with time too, where sometimes I will experience something happening and then it will happen 2 days later. It actually hadn't even happened. So the way that we experience time is completely a illusion in this third density planet. So there's that, but also I want to bring this down back to earth level and make it very practical. So right now in the comments, go on what is your biggest issue with time management, or what have you done as far as time management that has really worked for you. We want to hear from everyone. This is a community topic. Women always seem to have the best tricks and tips and things to get stuff done. I also want to share sort of let me start by sharing the story with you. I don't know if this has anything to do with time management, but it's such a big kind of mind boggler for me recently. And I think it does have something to do with time space dimension for sure. So, as you guys know, Alina started school this year and she's in kindergarten, and she was really struggling with kindergarten, just having a routine and schedule in general, because she has never been to daycare or preschool, never even been with a babysitter for even one day. So I have been her primary caregiver, my husband and I, since her birth. So I knew that she was going to struggle a little bit, as we've raised her in a very feminine setting where she gets to do whatever she wants at the time that she wants to do. And so she was struggling. One thing that I had done that I didn't even realize that was contributing to this in such a major way was her bedroom is upstairs. And just to give her a glam closet, we had this huge walk-in closet on the first floor in this room, which is now my office. And so I turned that entire bathroom and bedroom closet into her spa and into her closet. So every morning she would get dressed for bedtime upstairs, and she would come down, take her bath, get dressed upstairs. She'd put her little robe on, and then in the morning when she woke up, she would come down the stairs with me and brush her teeth and get dressed in this bathroom and then get dressed. And every morning it was such a big struggle for her. Like she was crying, she was often lagging behind, and I thought it was just because, it's back to school, she's never been to school. So during winter break, I ended up making one change. I just realized that it was too much for us to come down every morning to get dressed, and it was too chaotic for her to have two different closets. So I moved all of her bath stuff, her closet upstairs into her room and the bathroom that's upstairs. Instantly, there was this vibrational shift. I cannot explain it. Remember, this is over winter break, so we're not even back to school yet. But all of a sudden, there was this huge energetic shift within her. And she goes back to school after winter break. No more crying. You would expect it even more after she's been home with me now for 3 weeks. No crying. Like she has 20 extra minutes all of a sudden in the morning. She's laughing and playing and getting dressed in her room. Just that one simple shift changed everything for her. That one shift. So I was like, where else am I doing this where I am splitting the energy and it's costing me in energetic and time misalignment? So another place I found was my gym. So I would work out in my home gym, and then I would come here in this space to meditate and do my back rolling and my stretching. So I moved all of that back rolling process into my gym. I redid my gym, which I'm going to share with you guys soon. And instantly energy changed. It's like I have 20 extra minutes now to stretch, even though how long does it take to walk from the gym to this room? Not very long. But I'm telling you, it's like a switch in dimension. It's not really about the time. It's like a change in the energetic alignment of things. So I wasn't planning on sharing the story in this video. I wasn't even planning on doing this video, but that's how I run. But where are you splitting the energy of your behavior, of your the way you've got your time and space set up? This is something that we work on in the Magnetism and Miracles program, where we do our 4D 5D vision boarding. And so this is really important, and I want you to give this time. Where are you splitting the energy of the things that you have to get done, and how can you align them better? You may not get the answer right away, but this was such a life-changing experience for me, just these two shifts, and now I'm like, where else can I do this in my life? So I don't know the answer to that. This all just happened very recently, but I would love to hear how this is impacting you guys as well. So let me take some comments, and then I'll share with you what I exactly mean by this concept. Okay, so let's see what you guys are telling me first about how you are experiencing this. I'm opening up on my screens the chat so I can see you guys better. Pop out chat. Yes, make it large. Let's talk. Yes, there you are. Okay, great. So let's see over here. And was someone able to share this in the Facebook group? Can someone let me know real quick if you were able to share this? All right. So Leela said, I was just wondering about this whole closet Alina's room setup. Oh, great. So we're on the same page. Yes, so we've streamlined that process, and she's getting this week she's getting all new furniture. We're setting up her room to be her big girl room now. I just want you to hi Mina, I just want you to know that you're making me a better woman. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Kisses to you and to Alina. Thank you so much. How lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Amanda said, recently I've been praying for a supernatural mastery of time. And the days I pray that, I get so much done. Love that. Love that. Supernatural mastery of time. Amanda, you must share that in the Facebook group for all of us so that we can have it in writing. Chevy said, I have too much stuff, too many decisions to make. Okay. It's time for a streamline. I so need this restructuring, especially dividing work days from other types of days, cleaning, self care stuff. Love this. Okay, thank you for this feedback. So, time management, when we think of, I think on a subconscious level, we think of there isn't enough, right? We hear people saying, I'm busy, there isn't enough time, there's this scarcity of time. And this illusion, but again, as we've discussed earlier in this video, that it really is an illusion. On some dimension, time is unlimited. In some dimensions, time does not exist the way that we can conceive of it. So we really must get out of this illusion of that time is this linear thing, and that we somehow must control it and run against it, push against it, pull against it. Because once you can kind of shift your consciousness to self-mastery, personal management, I think a lot of things change. So let me share with you some of my own examples of this. So when I was in that consciousness of time management, I was thinking, okay, I have to allot certain time for getting this, and this done. But then I would notice that in the things that I didn't want to do, the time moved very differently in the things that I wanted to do, because I would allot, let's say, 45 minutes to do something that I love to do, but then it would seem like 5 minutes and I still wanted to do more of it. Versus I would allot 45 minutes to something I not so enjoy doing, and then that 45 minutes would seem like an eternity of time and it would just never pass through. So I started shifting my perception of time first and foremost, but that started with saying, why is it that time moves differently in the things that I enjoy doing and in the things that I don't enjoy doing? Could it be that 45 minutes aren't exactly 45 minutes? It's just how I'm perceiving that time. And how can I learn to perceive the time of the things that I do not enjoy doing? And so I like to give spiritual and metaphysical side of things, but I also am very practical. I've been in self-aware Barbie mode for decades, so I'm still very practical too. So let's talk about at a practical level. So what I've noticed, again, if you separate the things that you enjoy doing and versus not enjoy doing in like these modular blocks, I think sometimes there can be this level of energetic dread in the place that you're supposed to be doing that thing, right? So I think the basic babe and self-aware Barbie mode of processing this is, okay, I've got my workspace, and then I've got my fun space, or I've got my gym space, and then I've got my office space. And it makes complete sense, because in your office space, you're gonna work. In your gym space, you're going to do your work, your workouts. In your kitchen space, you're gonna do your cooking. As I've evolved into Million Dollar Babe and High End Divinity, I have a different perception of this. And I think that all those spaces need to have elements that I love and that constantly remind me that time is just an illusion, that these spaces can flow together, and that what true work-life balance is infusing the things that didn't bring me joy with things that do bring me joy, so that my life isn't in this like weird modular format, so that everything is a process of enjoyment. And it started with simple things like, I love listening to audiobooks. So if I'm cooking, can I also be listening to audiobooks, or can I also be listening to music and dancing? Now that energetically changes the concept of cooking, right? Because now it's not something that I have to get in the kitchen and do. It's like, how can I infuse it with more fun? So there was that level first. The other thing I started focusing on was, where are the places that I'm leaking time by the buckets, and it's only because of my own perception of it. Like, why is it that if I go to Facebook to check my messages, 45 minutes can somehow lapse. Like, how is that contributing to my self-sabotage? Where is that coming from? And this was really gave me a lot of insight. Let me know in the comments, by the way, if you are relating to this on a very practical level, and if you're also enjoying kind of the metaphysical and spiritual side of it. So what I learned was, time again is an illusion. Forget time. I need to manage where I'm self-sabotaging my personal mastery and why I'm doing it. So for example, if I'm in the middle of a workout, why is it that I need to go check my messages on Facebook right now? Forget about the time concept of it. Forget about I'm going to go check my messages for 5 minutes. Forget about I'm in between sets or whatever. Why do I need to do it at this exact same moment? Like, where is that urge coming from? And what I found is that urge was coming from self-sabotage. It's like when my workouts are going really great, I'm eating great, like I'm at a new level where I'm hitting my upper limit of what it's possible for my energy, my health, my body, and my mental framework. There is this level of checking something, doing something, finding an escape so that I can self-sabotage myself to my comfort level, which may be a few notches below that. Now, this is where your self-mastery will become, because you realize that all the places that we think we're engaging in pleasure, social media, watching TV for long periods of time, talking to people where, maybe you're not adding things to each other's life. Maybe it's like toxic venting and things that I've talked about. Why are you doing that, and when are you doing that? This is such an important concept, because the when is really important. This came as such a big shock to me that a lot of things that seem very mundane and kind of like, oh, I'm just gonna go check Instagram for a couple of minutes, were exactly in the middle of very important high periods in my life where things were going really, really, really well. But because things were going really, really, really well on new levels for me, there was this sense of discomfort with reaching this new level of happiness, because happiness and bliss and joy and all of these delicious God-given divine rights are not something that we have been used to. Like, we were born into that, we knew it, it's part of our genetic makeup, but it's become kind of our junk DNA. What's known as junk DNA is now being realized that it's not junk DNA, it's dormant DNA. And because we haven't activated it yet, there's a level of discomfort in activating it. And so we escape from that. We run from that. We self-sabotage, we numb. You may start eating when things are going really great, just to bring yourself in that comfortable level of being not so great anymore, not doing so great anymore. And so time management really comes down to self-management and realizing, where are you doing this to yourself to bring yourself to that comfort of not being this high, not being this blissed out, not being that next level relationship worthy, whatever it is for you. So I want to hear from you guys, and then we'll keep going. Chloe said, something I started is waking up around 7 a.m., meditating, head to the gym, come back, make coffee, and then I get my Gen Ed classes before I work. It really helps me feel grounded, balanced, and productive. Love that. So what you're doing is it's the millionaire, it's the wealthy people's way of paying yourself first. We do this with money, we do this with time, we do this with everything, right? It's like, that's what successful, wealthy people know, is that if you pay yourself last, whether it's with savings, investing, or time, there will never be enough. You do you first, and then you manage everything else later. And that's really the secret to success. So you have just, dear queen, activated your next level DNA. Your epigenetics is being upgraded just from this simple mindset and lifestyle shift. So that's brilliant. Theodora said, oh my God, I've been waiting for this video. Thank you so much, Mina. Love you. Thank you. Chevy said, I don't like doing dishes, so I love Mrs. Meyer's dish show, which when doing the dishes and light a good smelly candle to make it more enjoyable. Love that. Now that is infusing things that you love with things you don't, so that it's all becoming this one natural flow. Love that. Yes. Yes. Chloe said yes. Marianne, I think, or Marianne said, Mina, I self-sabotage myself so much. Thank you for this video. If you are a self-sabotaging queen, you need to know about my High Value Worthy Woman Ascension 2.0. I just posted a video about this on the High Value Worthy Woman page with Leela or Janan. Drop the link in the chat to that program so people can go watch that. There is a new level of content coming on February 22nd, 2020, 2/22/2020. If that's not Ascension, I don't know what is. You need to check that out. You need to check it out. It will teach you how to catch yourself from that self-sabotage. And remember, catching yourself isn't enough. You can catch yourself and still continue doing it if you're not reprogramming yourself. So there's catching yourself, that's the self-awareness, and then there's the reprogramming. So someone said, any tips to wake up early? It's a constant struggle for me. So don't wake up early. So let's ditch this. Great question. A great question, because this is such a myth. This is such a myth. I talked about this at the Fire Flow and Goddess Consciousness retreat or intensive that just happened. There's this myth that wealthy people wake up, or successful people wake up really early. And I have known many successful people. In fact, once that article came out, what's the author of J.K. Rowling retweeted the article and said F off, because she probably doesn't wake up early either. I don't wake up early. I wake up at 7 a.m. right at the same time that my husband wakes up and my children wake up. Alexa devices wake up my children. I do not wake them up.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Sorry, I activated her. So I have it all automated that way. So they wake up and they start the process that they're supposed to start. You don't need to wake up. You need to get enough sleep, and you need to have self-mastery of yourself, and you don't have to wake up early then. This whole thing of like waking up early and then being burned out and like not sleep, to me, sleep is more important than getting more done. Sleep is way more important. It contributes. It's a bigger chunk of my epigenetics. Getting more done isn't going to make me healthier, happier, sexier, more vibrant, richer. It's not going to do any of that. Getting more sleep is going to do all of that. It's going to upregulate my genes. It's going to make me more vibrant, happier, sexier, healthier, wealthier, all of that stuff. So you see how like we sometimes think it's the wrong things. Like it's so twisted in like our masculine way of doing things. We've got it all tied up into knots. So let me bust this myth. Wealthy people do not wake up early. They hire other people to wake up early for them and do the work. So stop trying to wake up early and skimp on sleep. Doing more is not going to make you a happier, healthier, more vibrant person. Getting enough sleep will. Okay? So Asha said, please have small, affordable courses. Nope, I don't do that. So instead of doing small, affordable courses, I'm giving you this for free. And what I'm teaching you is how to manifest where money is unlimited for you, so that you can watch all of my free content, and then you can go right into the programs. Money will not even be an obstacle for you. So instead of making it where it's like free content and then affordable content, and then no, it's like if you really watch and implement my tools and go through the stages of over 1,300 free videos, and if you implement this level of consciousness, I promise you won't need affordable anything. You can command money for the things that you desire without money even being a thing. So don't even worry about it, okay? So no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna get you stuck on that level. Thank you so much, Universal Journey. Okay, so let's see. Anything else coming up for you? What are the questions when it comes to time management? I want to make this interactive. I want to answer your questions. Where are you self-sabotaging your time? I have never met anyone that didn't have enough time. I've met a lot of people that are self-sabotaging themselves by spending hours and hours doing things and leaking time in places where they're just completely unconscious. While I'm waiting for your questions, I also want to mention, hello, we've got two really exciting things going on right now. I have just announced the Fire, Flow, and Lava Awakening Retreat, which is happening in Hawaii. You need to be there. Don't worry about the money. Put it on your vision board, put it on your desire list, make an intention that you're going to be there, and the money will happen. Have faith. So again, this is like it's divine transactions is what I like to call it. It's where you do not become the middleman and you say, God, I want this, please give me the money. You just say, I want this. And then it manifests for you if you have the faith. So make sure you check out the link below for the High Value Worthy Ascension and put it on your vision board if you want it. Do not ask for the money, just ask for the thing that you want. Eliminate the middleman. Okay, so Asha said, how can I discipline ourselves and how can we overcome fear? So the way you discipline yourself is you do the same thing repeatedly. And if you can do it repeatedly for about 30 to 60 to 90 days, that's your discipline. So discipline doesn't come first, it comes after. People think when I have discipline, then I'll be able to get things done. When I have discipline, then I'll work out. When I have discipline, then I'll do this. When you do it repeatedly, that's called discipline. Then the discipline will come. So you do it first, do it consistently, do it repeatedly, and congratulations, you are a disciplined person. Fear. How you overcome fear is an illusion. It's an absence of love. So anytime fear shows up, it's your ego saying there's not enough, you are gonna die, things are scarce, things are limited. It's an illusion. The ego itself is an illusion. Everything is just love. That's the spiritual level. Bring that back down to earth, Mina. Our grounded teaching for that is fear is overcome by when you experience fear, you do the thing anyways. And if you do it repeatedly, it becomes your new normal. You are no longer fearful. And again, congratulations, fear is gone. So again, this is one of those things people think when I don't have fear, then I'll do it. When you do it, you will not have fear. So the first time fear might show up, but if you continue doing it, it's done. You overcame it. It's not, fear won't go away from you standing there waiting for it to go away. You leap in, you jump. Okay, I've already done millions of videos on that, Asha. So I'm not going to do any more on that, but you can watch. I have 1,300 videos, so there's tons of content on that. Chloe said, what are some things that can help you to be aware of when you're self-sabotaging? Okay, so if you set with an intention, where are you going? What does the person that are, so you know how I have you guys do in a lot of the programs, like you have the end of where you're going, that image. So what does the end goal version of you look like? You write that list down, and then every day as you're doing things, become really present. And that takes practice. Again, that's not one of those things that there's present people and then there's people that are not present. It's like it's a practice. When you become present, you'll start noticing when you are not in alignment with who you're becoming. So for example, if you said that you wanted to be a person that was productive and successful in your career, and you were saving X number of dollars every month, and you were getting XYZ done. Anytime you catch yourself spending an hour on Facebook, well, is that in alignment to that? No, that's self-sabotage. Anytime you have a negative thought, oh, I'm never going to be able to do that. Is this thought in alignment with where I'm going? No, it's not. Hang up on that thought. That's self-sabotage. So anything that is not in alignment with who you're trying to become, who you're trying to step into, is self-sabotage. So I ask myself, how is this thought helping me? If it's not, it's self-sabotage. How is this mental model helping me? How is this friend helping me? How is this conversation that I'm helping me? How am I spending my time, and how is this helping me in the person that I'm trying to become? So there's going to be things that are really forward moving you in that direction. There's going to be things that are neutral, and then there's going to be things that are backtracking you. So get rid of those things that are backtracking you, and maybe even some of the neutral things, because that is self-sabotage. Okay. Chevy said, your videos have been helpful. I waste a lot of time planning, but don't carry out those plans. I tend to be too all over the place. I have 5 children and get easily overwhelmed. Okay, so that is a lot to manage. You first of all acknowledge the fact that that is a lot. Let's just acknowledge that first, because a lot of times it's not about management. It's really just that we are doing too much, right? So what I would like for you to do is sit down and take some minutes. Instead of planning, journal, and just let it naturally come when you're meditating. After your meditation, put your hands on your womb and ask yourself, what are the things that are not in alignment with the type of family that I'm trying to cultivate, right? With the type of person that I'm trying to become. And my own answer to this was, I realized that trying to be a good mom is a huge waste of time, because no one can define what a good mom is anyways. And so the answer that I got through years of journaling, it wasn't like an instant revelation, it was a process. But what I learned was that the whole myth of a good mom and a good wife, like, it's such a myth and it's such an overused concept that I actually don't even like the word mom. I actually kind of don't like the word mom at all. What I realized is that my children didn't choose me as a parent. And yes, I do believe souls choose their parents based on what life lessons they will help them learn. Not that they're going to be the best parents. Sometimes we choose bad parents, or parents that are going to abuse us in some way, because that's the soul level lesson that we're trying to learn in that particular lifetime. So decide that. So once I was having that thought of, okay, my children did not choose me because I was going to be a really great mom. My children chose my soul for a particular reason. So the concept of I need to be a good mom needs to be dished out. And the new concept of I just need to be the best Meena I can be. And what that means for me is that I need to do my inner work. I need to keep growing. I need to get myself centered on me. What this means is that my children are not a reflection on me. So I should allow my children to be who they naturally are without trying to control their behavior, their careers, the people that they marry, the religion that they choose for themselves, the major that they choose, the mistakes that they make are not a reflection on me. They are their own individual souls, and I'm my own individual soul that needs to stay in my own lane. That changed everything, because a lot of the things that I was trying to do to be a good mom went out the door, and guess what? My children didn't even notice. They don't care, because a lot of that stuff we do for ourselves, we don't do it for our children anyways. So that was a huge change in perception. And then I realized a lot of the after school stuff, a lot of the trying to be the home mom at my children's school, like all of that stuff was not me. And so I stopped doing it. So then voila, a lot of time opened up for actually being me. And my children just want me to be the best version of me. They don't care about, that all they know is me as a mother anyway. So there's nothing to compare it with. So why am I comparing myself to other people? So hi, Happy New Year, Alicia, I believe it is. Welcome. Thank you. What are your practical tips on letting go of resistance? So I have a whole program on this, the Sacred Feminine Sacred Feminine Intensive Program, and maybe I'll do its own video on it soon. But give me some example of what do you mean by resistance first and foremost, because I describe it in that, in there's a whole book that goes along with it, and there's a system in that. But I'm curious, what do you mean by resistance? What's resistance to you? My channel is 80% audience is women, so I think you can apply it. Basit is asking. I think it may be relevant, but I'm not sure. Okay. So, what other questions are coming up for you when you think of the concept of time management and self mastery, personal self mastery? Let me go ahead and take that time when you guys are writing and drop the link for, you have to go watch um the video I just uploaded for the Ascension program. Here, I'll put it here. If you already have the High Value Worthy Woman toolkit program, by the way, this one will be free for you. It's just going to be uploaded in there. Well, thank you for your, thank you, Mina, for your wisdom. How did you know I was codependent? Thank you for the encouragement. You hit the nail on the head. I have been going through it with my husband and trying to be a good mom. Yeah, it's trying to be a good mom. It's one of the biggest waste of times on the planet, I find. And women spend so much time and energy on this. Like, what does that even mean? What the hell is a good mom? First of all, it varies so drastically across cultures and religions that that should be your first clue that it's all messed up. Right? Because if there was one cosmic definition for it, then we would all have agreed on it. There isn't, because there isn't. Like, your children just need you to be you. That's why kids side eye us every time we try to do something that's not in alignment with who we are. Notice that your children look at you suspiciously and they know that you're up to something, because you are. There's a manipulation, there's a need to please, there's this need to, like, I have to get everything done, I have to do look and appear the perfect way, so then we start controlling our children. Let it go. Let it go. Let your children be the animals that they are. Let it be. And I have like guidelines and structures that I've provided for my kids, and so there is like that masculine structure so that they can have their feminine flow in there. And the structure is, if you do something illegal, I will turn you in. So don't do anything stupid, because I am that kind of mom that I will turn you in. So don't do that. And I won't break the law for you. So don't do that. You know, there is that structure. I'll come visit you, but like, don't do anything stupid. So there's that. But like the little day-to-day stuff, like crying and looking ridiculous and wearing, my children wear mismatched socks because they think it's hilarious to school, and the old me would have been trying to control that. My daughter went to school today dressed up as a unicorn. Yes, thanks to Janan, who gifted her for her birthday a uniform costume. And so she wore a unicorn tutu with a unicorn headband. That's what she wore, and that's what she wanted to do. And so it's like, okay, go have fun. Let that little stuff go. If people say hi to my kids and my kids don't respond, my kids don't respond. I don't go, hey, say hi to this person. That's just, I don't force my kids to hug people they don't want to hug, kiss people they don't want to kiss. They can wear PJs all day long if they want to at home. Basically, I made my life a whole lot easier by letting them be, by trying to control everything. Like, just let them be the monkeys that they're born into it. You know, like, let it be. I had this vision that my unborn child is coming to me so he can finally live a life full of love and meaning. He is such an old and powerful soul. I feel so honored and grateful. Love that. Yes. And Tammy said, refreshing. Ah, great, ladies. I'm so glad this is resonating, because this frees up a lot of energy. You know, a lot of the stuff that we think we have to get done on a daily basis too, a lot of that is coming from this need to please, this need to like have these levels of achievements as badges. I run my entire day and my life based on what is going to make me happy. And I know many people can get really triggered by that because it sounds very selfish, but guess what? the people that love me and adore me in my life, and the people that are most impacted by my energy, my family, the people that live with me, my clients, my friends, they want me to be genuinely happy and radiant and blissful. They do not care how much I'm getting done. They do not care about my achievements. They do not care how fit my body looks. They just care if I'm radiant and vibrant. They notice if I'm not that. So at the end of the day, like, who cares? Who cares about it all? Like, why are you doing all of that? Those are the things to question. What is making me run like a chicken with his head cut off on a daily basis? Like, what would happen if I didn't get half the stuff done? And then there's the things that you outsource, right? Like, I have a woman that comes and cleans my home every 2 weeks. Life saving. Like, that is like life force giving behavior to me. And it took me years to set that up, but the last 3 years that I've had her, like, it's such a relief. She comes, she does her thing, she leaves. I get so much done that I need to do that brings me joy. Easy, right? The other thing I've outsourced is cooking. When I feel like cooking because it's out of my own joy, not from guilt, not because I have to, then I cook. If my husband feels like cooking, he cooks. Otherwise, we cater in food, and it is life-changing, life-giving. We love it, right? And so again, some of you might say, well, I don't have the money to do that. Ask for it. Put it on your vision board, set the intention, and have faith that you do not need to be God's middleman. God doesn't have to hand you the money and then you'll do it. Just ask for your desire and have faith that it will manifest, and it will manifest. Okay, so let's see. Alicia said, Mina, I have this issue with my 10-year-old daughter. She isn't girly, but I've learned to let her be, and maybe one day she'll tap into her feminine side. Maybe she will, and maybe she won't, and maybe that's not her soul's mission here on earth. Each soul chooses certain parents, certain life lessons, certain suffering and painful experiences and joyful experiences based on what it needs to learn and evolve through in that lifetime. I genuinely from the depths of my soul know this to be true for myself. And so that is her journey. You're there to witness her journey and love her through it, and model what is possible without saying, hey, look at me, look what I've done. Just model, meaning embody it yourself. And that's all she needs from you, is to hold that container of embodiment in yourself. Amanda said, takeaway points: blend in the things we have to do with the things we love. 2, find out where we are leaking time. Yes. 3, don't use our time on things that don't resonate with who we actually are. Yes, sister, that's it. Nailed it. And Janan said, when I plan too much, I end up getting overwhelmed and get nothing done. Yes. So true. I just gave myself a small list for the week. That way I have time for spontaneous sushi days. Yes. And that means we're going to have sushi, hopefully soon this week. We need to have our Don't Die party too, which no one else will understand, but it's happening. And let's see. Universal Journey said, 3 little monkeys jumping on the bed. What do you think of this? Should we allow children to be children? Yeah, of course we should allow. They are children. What do you mean allow? They are children. They're gonna be children whether you let it or not. All right, so ladies, key takeaways. Amanda so beautifully summed it up for us. Hawaii retreat, guys, fire, flow, and lava. There's a payment plan. You need to be there if this is resonating with you. I've got moon bathing, rituals, dances, spiritual excursions. We're having a luau. We're having all of this fun stuff planned all out for you. Check it out. It's in the description box below. And you can also manifest that for free by joining the High End Divinity University. Then you get to go to the retreat. It's included in that package. And if you are not able to make it, there is also a fire, flow, and lava virtual version. So you can do that in the comfort of your home. Also check out the High Value Worthy Ascension program. It is epic. It's coming out on 2/22/2020. I love you guys so much. Have an amazing, blissful day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.